Hey up everybody and welcome to this video. I finished the first section for the East German Volksarmee. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they turned out really well. Unfortunately, the weather's taken a turn for the worst, so the lighting's a little bit worse. I'm having to use my light bulb and it's got a bit of a yellowy kind of tint to it, so sorry for that. Also, the camera is quite, it picks up definition quite well, so the kind of bits of hay look like weird individual strands. I can assure you, to the human eye, they look alright, although this camera is making me reconsider my life. But there we go. Yeah, I'm not proper happy with these. These are the Mot.Schutz, or the motorised rifle divisions of the East German army, and the urge to make these into a full army is getting way too much. I don't just want to make this a skirmish game anymore. I want to make a platoon for force on force, because the rules look really interesting. And I really enjoy painting these. To go straight into it though, I'll just put one up in a time and talk about them. So these are based off the 4th Mot.Schutz division, and their company is the Hans Beimler company. Hans Beimler was a international brigade commander from Germany who fought in Spain against the fascists and unfortunately was killed fighting. A lot of the kind of units in the Volksarmee are named after German communist heroes. So, for example, you have the Friedrich Engels Wachbataillon, which is one of the Guard kind of companies. But these are Hans Beimler, and their role in the if a Cold War did ever turn hot, God forbid, would have been to break away from their usual division and invade West Berlin. So that enables me to use a little bit of the rural kind of fighting, so you know, the race to the Rhine, and also urban if I ever want to do an invasion of Berlin, although that would require a lot of terrain and I'm not sure I have the skill for that. So yeah, at the helmets as well, I'll go back to this guy. Looking at the pictures, I actually got the colour completely wrong. The 80s cameras suggested that they were kind of green in colour. They're actually kind of grey. I knew the parades were, they had grey helmets because the cameras they used for them were a lot better than the ones they were using for actual combat. But I have since changed that, so it's kind of grey with a bit of a greenish kind of tint, just to make it a little bit more accurate. The uniform, also very fun to paint. The Stricktan, obviously I had to do a little bit bigger so you could actually see it. In real life they're tiny. I just didn't want to do a base kind of beige as well. I actually wanted to do a little bit of camo to it, and I think it's quite effective. So, you know, you look at it from a distance, you can tell there's definition to it, rather than just blotches. The guys with the covers I think look quite nice as well, but look much more kind of modern, particularly like this guy, although he does have a weirdly evil face. You know, a lot of the East German figures have evil faces for some reason, perhaps belying some kind of political thought there, but I don't know, who am I to judge. The helmets are really interesting for the East Germans. They were, I think they're originally from 1942, when there was a kind of competition to redesign the Stahlhelm, and this came out. Hitler personally didn't like it. He preferred the old Stahlhelm. So this was kind of thrown away, but this was actually a cheaper way to build it, and also much more effective in deflecting shrapnel and that the like there. So obviously when the Third Reich fell, the East Germans were looking for a new helmet for their army, because the Volksarmee was founded in response to the Bundeswehr I think it's a year before or something, because obviously the Soviets didn't want to militarise Germany. You know, the last thing they wanted was a resurgent Germany. So they're kind of scrambling for the equipment they needed for the Volksarmee. In I believe it's 56 it was founded. They were originally going to get Soviet equipment, but I think the Russians, I think it's misquoted somewhere, or maybe it was actually real, said that you're Germans, you should dress like Germans. So that's where you find the return to this older kind of helmet that never actually saw service. And to be fair, at first I thought it looks pretty ridiculous, but now it is really kind of grown on me. It's probably one of my favourite helmets now, and it gives that kind of German feel to it, also distinctly not German as well. You know, it's something different, and that's what I quite like about the Volksarmee. See, a lot of people refer to the East German army as well as like a red kind of Prussia. I disagree on the kind of terminology of it. A lot was different, obviously, but I think that kind of comes down to the fact that the Volksarmee, the East Germans, were one of the best armies in terms of discipline and training in the Warsaw Pact. Man for man, they were definitely better than the Soviets, and they were also probably better than a few of the Western armies as well. Obviously what they lacked was the numbers. I think they only had 180,000 soldiers, whereas the West had about 460,000. Obviously the equipment as well was a big lack as well. By the 80s, a lot of their stuff was starting to show its age, but the actual troops themselves were quite disciplined and decent at their job, if they ever had to do it. We're back to the test figure there as well. You've seen him before, but he's been updated with the kind of dulled down grey and the helmet colour change as well. But yeah, I'm proper chuffed with these. Again, I'm having the urge to build a platoon out of them. It's becoming a little bit too much, and I feel like someone should stop me. But next I'll be doing the BMP, the armoured transport. Looking forward to that. I'll try slow down because the West Germans haven't actually arrived yet. And right now they have no one to fight. In terms of rules as well, I found a really good rule set that was recommended to me. It's the 5 core rules, the skirmish ones, and I've been building a lot of kind of cardboard terrain to use for that. It's not good cardboard terrain, it's literally just a kind of stand-in for my usual stuff. So it's like I built a factory out of a cardboard box and some tubes and stuff, roughly painted grey, and the like of that. You know, it's not going to be great, it's not going to be permanent, but it'll do the job whilst I'm here. And these guys will be a blessing to have on the table. And honestly, they're one of my favourite units to paint. A nice beige scheme, nice helmet colour, and doing the dots, although tedious, does look good in my eyes. So, hope you like this unit. Hope you'll carry on sticking with the project. The last video did really well, weirdly, and it's been a blast. So, hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.